Hey guys, Garrett here, and today I am doing my first ever recorded video on the computer. I didn't know if I could do this. I didn't know really how, because my main problem was that I couldn't, I know I should get right to the video, but just pause. Just go a little ahead if you want past this. I couldn't figure out how to start, record and then save it. And then I realized I didn't have to save it to anything. I could just save it in the file. But, okay. My name is Garrett, and today, why is it a little, oh, that's the handle. Okay, I can't fix the little diary. I have to deal with it. Here, let me make a face a bit brighter. Yeah, that should help. Whoa. But today, we are going to be doing a tutorial on how to draw digital maps, fictional maps, with Paint.net. Yes, Paint.net. It's free to download. Sponsor me, that would be nice. But it's free to download, and yeah. So here we go. I might as well get off this screen because, yeah. Oh, there's the music if you're wondering. Okay. So we are now on Microsoft, or not Microsoft. We're now on Paint.net. I'll prove it. No, I can't prove it. There. Paint.net. Watch my mouse. Paint.net 4.1.6. That is what we are on. And there's the ad. You're kind of just gonna have to deal with that. Okay. So to start a digital map, what I like. Oh, here's all my maps. What I like to do is make my canvas. Let's not have a repeat of last live stream. I like to have my canvas width 2000. I find that to be a good one. And then the canvas height, I like at 1000. That kind of balances it as this goes by in my head. It moved to the middle, and I don't really like that, but I'll eventually get a new one. Right now, this will work for now, but that's what I like to do, because it fills the canvas. It leaves room for your toolbar over here, which is nice, and then this you can put wherever. I like to put it in, if I'm going to have a water area, I like to put it there, because then it's kind of out of the way. You're not really going to be doing anything in a water area if you're going to be using this map for anything. So that's usually where I like to put it, this little thing, the colors. So, let's get into it. Now, to start off, for my borders, no matter what kind of border I'm doing, just a heads up, I do a lot of country maps. I don't do necessarily like geography maps, I guess. Geography maps. I can, and they are fun. I just do country maps more often. So today I'm going to be doing a country map. I'll probably put that in the description. But let's get started. So I usually do brush width of 5, which I think is really nice, and I use just the regular black. So to start off with what never to do, and I've been doing this 4 years. I'm kind of a professional. I don't know. You can call me whatever. One thing I know is not like that, but never have a straight line border. Like, if you're gonna have a border, never make it kind of like this right here. I'll get some red. Don't make it usually like this right here. This border. Just a long straight line, because that kind of, you have this, and let's say you're drawing borders of countries. A lot of them are just gonna be coming off like this, and it might make a lot of your countries look the same, which I don't necessarily like. And also, no, unless this island is a really small island, I can get why you'd have this coastline. But if it's a big island, like let's say, Greenland or Iceland size, between that ratio, you're not gonna want this, because there's not, besides for maybe Madagascar, there are no islands major islands that have a long border like this. And plus it doesn't really look that good because if you put islands over here, they're kind of just, you know, they don't make sense. You can't think of why that island would be there unless it was shallow. And this is in the middle of the ocean. If it is, you can draw your map however you want, but if this is in the middle of the ocean, that wouldn't really make sense. If you get what I mean. So, that's tip 1. Tip 2, never draw with really small lines. Because for starters, the maps don't really look that good. And as you see, you know, now this space is open. So if I try and fill that in, now that's darker. And let's say I want to fill it in. Whoops. I want to fill it in. Okay, yeah, I filled it in. But let's say, okay, I want to fill it in with different color. A different one. The more I do that, the less you could, like, I can't even see the border of this anymore. I can't even see the border of this island anymore. That don't help at all. And if you're drawing, let's say you have countries on this island, and you do that, for one, it's really hard to draw the borders. You'd have to zoom in. Like, as you can see, I tried to draw that border, and whoopsie. I missed a bit right there. And if I go to fill this in, you now have that. And if I did miss it a bit more, you would color both of them. If I didn't notice, yeah, now it's coloring both of them. You always want to draw with either, I would say, a 5 line or bigger. I do 5. You can reset your canvas. If I can zoom out, come on. To use this. I like to use the scroll wheels, those really help. Here's another problem with the zoom, is that now my canvas isn't as big as I'd like it. You know, I can't really, I can get that close now. So that's one of the problems if you're gonna zoom in. So here, I'll remake a canvas and we're gonna start drawing. So width 2000 and height 1000. Drop my mic there. Resolution and then print size, width and height, I don't mess with those. That's not anything to do with the canvas, so I don't mess with those. I just leave those alone. But let's get started. So I like my width 5 and the color black. Just black. For some reason it's in the middle is white, but who cares? Probably some people. So now what I like to do, I draw a lot of islands on the island. I kind of have a problem with putting too many islands. So I'm going to try not to put too many islands in this one. So, you know, I'll draw an island here. So let's draw that there. I would say that's a nice island. As you see, there are no incredibly long lines like that. And it's not too big. You could tell this would be an island with like 2 countries on it. Not many, or I'm just saying countries, like you could say 2 civilizations, 2 civilizations, 2 colonies, 2, I don't know, republics, whatever you want to call them. So, you know, I'm not gonna draw borders yet. Now, I kind of see that island could branch off here. Because there's that little loop, and it looks like someone would connect here. So I'm going to draw that. Draw an island like this. There. So you could say that those 2 islands were connected at one point. Maybe there was an island over here. I like, because a lot of the flat edges like that, I like to draw islands off of. Those are really good island bases. Now that I got a couple islands, I'll draw a few, you know, just off the coast all by themselves. I don't like leaving an island by itself. Like, if I'm gonna have that, I don't like leaving it by itself. I want at least 2 islands in a group. Because an island by itself, you don't really see many of those. You know, unless you're over by the Philippines or China. There's not many of them. Now it's time for the big landmass. What you want your major landmass to be. Now, I never do this where, I know I should do that, but I have like that, and you don't know what's over here, because, just like I said, you don't know what's over there. There could be a small country, I can't point on this, you could draw a country like that, and in reality, it's 10 miles long off your monitor, and you can't draw it. You don't, they don't know if someone's going to see this map. So I don't usually do that. So I have a weird thing where I can kind of see on the map what I'm looking for. Like if you ever just look at a white canvas and start seeing black spotches, I usually draw in those. That's how I get my ideas. So I kind of see some in this general area. So I'm going to draw what I kind of see. Kind of like a black spotch like this. Comes down here. Kind of envision a lake over here. I'm envisioning things as I'm drawing it. I like drawing peninsulas. Maybe because my state is literally a peninsula, but whatever. Oh, like, if there's a smudge on the monitor, I'll usually draw over it, because who wants to see smudges, No one likes smudges. Well, there's probably someone likes smudges. And I kind of see this pencil over here. Maybe I'll have a little island chain, Don't want to draw your islands too similar like I just did these two. You don't want to do many too similar islands. Kind of see a bay in here. I want to fill it in, Now you see, well, Garrett, you left this, right here, this strip of land like that. Yeah, I did, but you're gonna have to do that sometimes. What I'm saying is like a stretch of land like that. Sure, it looks cool, but it looks like a country and not an island. Maybe I could draw a border like that. That would look cool. That would kind of be a cool country. I usually use all my colors, count the colors, and then that's how many countries I'll sometimes have, which is a lot. Sometimes I'll just have a few. It just matters where the map goes. So I kind of see some over here. It kind of looks like Australia-ish. No, it doesn't. It don't look that much like Australia. Never. Well, you kind of see it. I hope. Well, maybe I see a little island here. I'm not explaining that well, I guess, but just kind of fit islands in where you think an island should go. You don't want to have too many open spaces, but you want to still have open spaces. Like I could just draw an island here, but I already have a lot of islands. So I'm gonna kind of calm down on the islands. I always made the mistake of too many islands. You don't want too many islands. Not too many. Okay, so I'm kind of liking how this is coming out. I kind of want a landmass, like, right here. Because someone could go from here to here. That would be kind of cool. So, what I thought is if you have, like, comes like this. Comes up here. And I didn't think of this map before I drew it. I don't ever think of what I'm gonna draw before I draw it. See, I messed up there. Don't want to start from here and go back. What you want to do, if you mess up like that, because you can't delete it. Oh, well, you can. You can. So you want to delete that little dot, or just leave it front, and just continue drawing off of there. You never want to cross like this, because then you get this big blob there. You don't want that. I didn't like that border, so I was going to get rid of it. But, kind of come around here. It's just like, just a little island. I guess not little. I have a little island here, and I did just draw that straight line, so I'm going to get rid of that. It's hard. I'm drawing with a mouse, too. No, I'm not drawing with a stylus or anything like that, anything fancy. Now I'm going to start drawing lakes. Now lakes are interesting where you're never going to have a perfect, like, square lake like that. You're probably never going to have it. Just saying. So, I also think, like, okay, I still can't point to the map. I kind of want maybe this area kind of deserty, so I'm not going to draw many lakes over there, maybe a tiny little one. That's kind of a desert area. You don't want big lakes on these little islands, because let's draw a big lake on it. the island's not looking so good. It's basically all gone. You know, yeah. You don't want that. You don't want that. Don't fill in the island unless you're gonna do like something like this. You know, you can have that, but I'm gonna leave that there. That's kind of cool. But you don't want that too much. Things like this. Just one or two on a map. It's kind of like a tropical thing to have 3 islands like that. So, you know, not too much. You don't want too much of that. Maybe I'll draw an island here. I'm just kind of looking at spots to see where I think an island would fit. And also, I did draw that lake. I'm still going to stick with some islands though, but I am going to draw a few lakes. I got to draw one here. Not too many lakes. You want to be like Minnesota with 1,000 lakes. That's a lot of lakes. Yeah. So I think a nice lake would go here. You know, maybe that's a very nice lake. Very nice. It has a little brother, sister, whatever you want to call it. Now I saw this lake while I was drawing the map. Now I'm kind of bringing it to life. And I like Y-shaped lakes, because they're kind of... Oh, I messed that one up. Dang it. That's the one problem with doing one full stroke. Here is a method of doing it. So my secondary color is white. I just draw here. There we go. You have to be very careful, though. You don't want to mess it up. You might want to zoom in. I'm trying not to, because then the map will be all zoomed out. And I don't really want to do that for the tutorial, but I suggest using the magnifying tool, zooming in, and really getting the fine details on that. Okay, moving on. Draw a few more lakes, maybe one more over here. Kind of like that. You know, I just got a cool idea. We'll have like a chain of lakes, just like this. That's kind of cool. And then I think just one lake over here. We don't need many lakes over there. Now, lake islands, you're already making an island, and there's probably some landmass way over there. So, you don't want many islands on your lakes on the island. Because when you start doing that, you might have an island, you might have a lake, you might have an island, and lake, and blah, 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 blah. So, you don't want to do much of that. This lake is kind of big, so I am going to draw an island on it. And that's okay. You know? Lakes with islands can have a single island. I think that is fine. Like this one, I can't really fit 2 islands in, so I'm just going to put 1. But I think maybe 1 here. Like these major ones might get 1, but I think that's it. Okay, maybe 1 down here. I don't know. You don't want to draw it too big, because like an area like that, now you just kind of have a river there. You don't really want that. So, okay. So we're getting a base. Now it's time to start using the bucket tool. And I'm wondering where my music went. Let me just check that real quick. Okay, music's working. Let's get back to drawing. So, now with the bucket, I always use this blue, if you're looking. It's to the right of the cyan and to the left of the 2 like dark blues. I think that's a really nice watercolor. And as I just press it, there we go. Now we have water. Now you want to use the plus. I'll go over to this gray, if you can see where my mouse is. The plus is where it's going to fill in. So if you have a really small lake, you're going to want to make sure that lake's in that plus. Let's say I'm trying to fill this one in and it gets out of the plus. It's going to fill in the island instead. So I'm going to start filling in all these lakes. And okay, I just noticed something here. If you look kind of closely, right there, there's that, what's looked to be a little gap. So let's just fill that in real quick with the paintbrush. There we go. That looks better. Let's get back our blue and the crosses in the lake. And there we go. And even if you do mess up like that, you can grab onto this and pull it over. And there you go. I messed up there too, kinda. So I'm going to fix that also. There we go. map building shouldn't be a stressful thing. I find it kind of relaxing if I'm a little stressed to just kind of draw a map. I don't know. So yeah, there we go. We got our lakes and all that jazz. So, oh, I forgot one. Hold on. Come back here. Okay, there we go. So, now something you can add is rivers. The way I like to add in rivers is I usually use them as a border for countries. You don't have to, but I usually do that. So I draw them kind of like borders, or maybe something like that. I guess that don't look like a border, but what I do, I see this like there's a peninsula. There's an inverted, I guess, peninsula where the water's a peninsula around land, and I kind of see a river being there. So I'll start in the lake and just come out and then maybe go into another lake. I'm using the Still 5 brush tool. You can use, I guess, any size for a lake. Probably above 3, because below 3 they're going to start disappearing when you use the paint bucket. So I suggest 5. So, you know, maybe I'll do that. And then that goes out to the sea. Draw one over here. You never want a straight river. You always want to have it curvy and bendy and like that. Because the river is never really going to flow straight. You're never going to see a river flowing exactly like that on these little islands. So I kind of like this. You know, maybe it'll come like that. This one, you know, come up there. And there we go. Also, another thing I like to add are deltas. Maybe I'll add a delta over here. So a delta usually come up and in, and then there's going to be a river coming off here, river coming off that. You want to be careful with deltas, because if you draw too much, you might get these little things, and you might not like how that looks. I personally like how it looks, but you might not. So that little area right there you want to watch out for, especially when you're filling it in. You want to make sure that you have that covered, so it's not going to be exposed or something like that. Okay, so next what we are going to do is start drawing borders. Now, you can color all the land green. I usually don't, because the only greens we really have are those. If I go through them, I guess there's these greens. But what I usually just leave it white. You know, because I usually have a green country. And we are getting an ad right now for O'Reilly. I think that's the first ad we've had.
In a study with Ozempic, a majority of adults lowered their blood sugar and reached an A1C of less than 7 and maintained it.
But yeah, let's get back into it. You guys can listen to that ad in the background, right? Sure. It's kind of hard to listen to actually while drawing. Okay, can I skip you? Sorry. Yeah, I can. Okay, there we go. Okay, back to map drawing. So I'm going to use 5 brush width. I use it all the time. Black. I always use black for my borders because that's what I use for the outside of the map. Just remember, you can use any color you want. I'm just using suggestions and what I preference. So what I like to do is imagine how settlers would come onto this island and then expand from there. So I'm gonna say the settlers draw a little boat. Oh, settlers coming in, maybe found these islands, like, nah, we don't need those, and kept going, and they landed here, and they colonized kind of this area, let's say, maybe a little more, like that area. So I don't draw water borders, because this, I don't know, I just kind of leave the water to the public, I guess you could say. So I'm gonna say that these islands are owned by the dark gray color, because that is the first one in line. I'm getting a text. Hold on, guys. I need to answer this, so just give me a moment. Please. So, here, I'll just continue. So, basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna do anything with these, but I am gonna color here. So I'm gonna say they got to about down here, and drew their border there, and maybe drew the border here. You can draw borders however you want, just kind of random. You never want to have two of a straight border unless you're drawing a big country like something like that. Littler countries I like to have a lot of curves. So, okay, so we are going to get our dark gray and we're going to color these islands. I'm going to say they took these islands. No, it's okay. One thing I noticed is if you're drawing and then you're going to move on to another country, one problem I found is, let's say there's a problem that your border will disappear and that's going to keep growing. I'll show you what I mean. See, if you just keep drawing, it just starts growing. Let's put that back. So, let me get this down. There we go. Okay. Let me get back to my face cam. Hey, guys. Okay, back to the face cam. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna say they got the island, so I'm just gonna draw this once, draw that there, and there we go. I'm gonna say that's the country. Boom, bam. There we go. That's a country. I like it. I like how it looks. To finish, what you want to do is click any of these tools, and then, well, you want to click the brush because you're gonna go to another country. But you want to make sure you click the brush because, let's say I pre-drew a couple countries. I'm just drawing lines. Pre-drew a couple countries, and if I still have the paint bucket and I was painting these, and I select, so let's say I was painting that country. Okay, I painted it. I want to paint this one now. So I select its color. Well, it changes that one. So I'll put it back. But it changes the color that you are selected to. So I like to do that and then change the color. Or just press on a different tool, go back to the paint bucket, and then I can change it at my will. That is something I noticed, and it might mess you up, just saying. So, there you go. That's a tip. Okay, I'm gonna pre-draw. I'm counting as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sure you skip over the water. 9, 10, 11, 12. Wait, I'm gonna draw 13 countries in this area. So, I'm gonna pre-draw a lot of them. So, I'll pre-draw all of them. So, here we go. So, now, draw one here. And you can draw these however you want. I like to draw at the beginning a lot of littler countries because, you know, you're gonna not have as big countries at the beginning. Like, look at America. It was a smaller country and then it got bigger over time. Resist the urge to go through. Well, why would you resist the urge? Just don't go through water. So make sure you connect to the border instead of just going through it. While you're doing this, if you're gonna if you're gonna draw a like altered history or something like that, think about who wouldn't like each other. I would say that these two would not like each other because this guy took this guy's coastline and they don't like it, so he might declare war. You know, and that's how that's the magic wand. I'll show you that in a later video. This is right now just drawing the map. So, let's get on with it. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna split this one in half. That might not seem like a good idea, but I'm not gonna spend all the time drawing these. I'll split it into thirds. There, now we already have 8. And I said I was gonna draw 13. That ain't so good. So, you wanna use your other colors. No? You can draw as many as you want. So, I am gonna say that this is just one country. I usually wouldn't do that, but I'm just gonna say that's one country, so that's 9. Now we have all this land. I like how this peninsula looks right here, so I'm just gonna draw a border right there. Call that good. That's 10. I like how this looks up here. I'm gonna say it's 11, even with the no borders, just the rivers. I'm gonna say it's 11 because I really like how that looks. So now 12. I'm going to draw a straight lines. A straight line. I'm gonna draw straight lines, just like that. You are allowed, or you're always allowed to do anything, but You can draw like that for the borders, and that usually looks good. No one will yell at you if you're gonna present this or something. Whatever you want to do with your map. No one's usually gonna yell at you. You don't want, I call it, you don't want too many Tennessees in North Carolinas, where you just have a whole bunch of countries like this. They're just lines. If you look at Tennessee and North Carolina, that's basically what they are. So maybe you want to split this. And now that guy don't have a coastline, so he's kind of mad. You know, the thing of the story as you go on. I'm gonna call that good enough. Good country. I cannot speak today, guys. I'm kind of tired. I will be going on a trip soon, so I won't be making any videos this weekend. Just going to let you guys know. So I'm gonna draw a line like this. Now here's something. You want to kind of look in, but I'll try and look away. Else you don't have your mouse one place at one time. But when you're trying to draw up to a lake, I kind of prefer to just go through it. You can do it however you want it, because it's kind of hard to get right up to the lake unless you zoom in. So if I'm not going to zoom in, which I usually probably would, I just draw straight through it. It shouldn't matter because you don't have it anywhere else, and if you do, just do the same thing. But yeah, I usually just draw straight through it. Now, time for more of the bucket tool. Oh boy. You gotta remember who is getting what island. I think there's an ad. Yeah, there's an ad. I better skip that. Okay. So, you gotta remember who's getting what island. So I said that these songs were going to one of these guys. I'm gonna say this guy. Bucket tool, their next color would be red. So we're gonna make them... Whoa. I don't know what I just colored. But we're gonna make that red. So just kind of go through. You might want to start using the magnifying glass if you have really small countries. And just keep filling these in. Now I can't really fill that guy in, so I'm gonna move on to someone over here. And there, now I can fill that in because it was being covered by the hand to be able to move this around. You saw I didn't let go, well, yeah, there, if I let go of the mouse, yeah. Okay, move on, next color, as I said, click there, choose your next color, and there you go. You are good to go. Now I'm also gonna do this now because I'm moving over here. I don't know, I can do it, you can do it however you want. Do that again one more time. Then I'll start doing the other method. A lot of these countries are just little countries that, you know, they can just use, they're just one color countries. You can color them however you want. You could have them all the same color. You know, also these two colors are really similar. So I'd skip a color and use that color somewhere else. Like for this one, I'd use that green because those greens are basically the same. Like if you look them, they are different on the color wheel by barely anything, but yeah. Now there is the water. You're gonna skip over that and use the blue. And then our final one on this little island is going to be that color. There we go, we got a bit of the map done. Now it's time to get to the other section of the map with the bigger countries. I'm gonna get on to that. So, I hope, you know, I'm probably good. This is gonna be a series. I'll start doing more of them. Maybe I'll collect a fan base on this or something. But, okay, so next what you are going to do is this. You're gonna draw, I'm draw a little border there. I just thought of it. You can think of stuff however you want. It's all up to you. That's the beauty about making maps. Just there are some guidelines to make your maps look nice, not to tell you what to do. So these all are going to go to this purple country because they're close to it. I wouldn't give this one to like this country because they have no way of getting to each other. Like literally, this lake don't go there. They'd have to go all the way through here around to there, or go around there. That wouldn't make sense. I guess you could go there, but that wouldn't make sense to give that to them. Or like give this island to this guy. That just wouldn't make sense. So don't do that. You shouldn't do that. Okay, now we're gonna color this guy. He don't have any islands. Color this guy. I'm not coloring him same color, just going between colors. I think he should get these ones because this one has this big lake. You want to make your maps look fair. And this guy is going to be our first color down here. I don't use white. And I'll show the why I don't use white in a later video. But I don't use white. I do not use white. Slash because that's land. But I'll say more about that in a later video. Now, I like the red, this red color. I really like it. And I really like making it places that look fancy or expensive. Like, you know, I just thought about, I'll make this just one place. And that's the beauty of having a river as a border, is you can just make them one place. And I really like how that looks. So I just got rid of a country. It's okay. Maybe it'll come back in a revolution or something. Whatever you want. And then this final one is going to be it for that. So, there we go. Then I like to just click over there for the last one and get to the brush or whatever tool you want now. The hand, I guess I'll go with the hand. Well, this is our country land so far. I am going to leave this episode here. There will be a part 2 probably sometime next week. But I really hope that you all enjoyed this and you're learning something. Big shout out to Michigan Rocks who gave me this idea. Go check them out. Go sub to them. I'm pretty sure 95% of my subscribers know about him because they all come from the same place probably. Not all of them. I know a couple don't. And I know a couple don't watch the videos. But it's okay. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.